Yo, King, which one is the Wi-Fi again?
Oh,
Frontier
bro.
Free Fire.
Yeah, you ain't home. You not use Wi-Fi
He,
yet.
he not even locked into the Wi-Fi. He don't live here.
This
You
my
ain't
other
locked
phone,
into the
chill,
Wi-Fi.
man.
You don't live here.
It's supposed to automatically connect. You ain't been there.
Yeah, this my other phone. Tell Cheese shut up. Okay, come on.
All right, so welcome to episode, I want to say 41, League with No Name podcast. It's been a while. It's your boy Beans. We got Jay here. Got Cheese. Got Moose. Barely.
Boy.
Barely.
So yeah, we're gonna just do a little off-season episode, get into some free agency stuff. Draft is right around the corner. So let's start with you, Moose. The biggest thing for the Eagles, y'all got rid of Carson Wentz. What do you think about that move?
I got mixed feelings about the move. You know how I felt about Wentz. I was just growing on the Wentz. I think he was doing pretty well. He had a bad year last year. But I thought we could have just, I thought it was more of the coaching and the chemistry. There was button heads. And I still feel like Wentz got some in the tank left. And if we were going to get rid of Wentz, we should have got more for Wentz. We shouldn't have just we pretty much got nothing. And that's a waste. Don't get me wrong, we did take a lot of money off that contract that he took. But, I just it's overall it's mixed feelings because I still feel like if we put some weapons around him and with a healthy offensive line, and he could have did good this year. But we're going to see what he do with the Colts. He got a good offensive line over there. He got a few weapons. He's familiar with Frank. So we'll see what's good.
So I don't know if it was last episode or a couple episodes ago. You were saying QB was like your strongest point, or y'all was good at QB. How do you feel now that it's just Hurts? It's no competition. Well, y'all signed Flacco, right?
I was about to say that we just signed Joe Flacco. And then like the average fan is like laughing and like why we signed Joe Flacco, but we signed him for a reason. Like we didn't sign him for him to start for us. He was more of a for depth, for another arm. And honestly, Joe cool, man. He's very experienced, man. His playoff record. Yo, Joe cool. I'm not saying he'll do it, but he has experience, man. He did it before, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think he can groom Jalen Hurts. I
haven't really been following the moves y'all made, but are there any other moves that y'all made that you liked, disliked?
We did a lot of small moves. Like we got Harris. He's a safety. He's a vet. I think he can help along with the guys we got. We got Ridgeway, but we didn't really make any splash picks in the splash signings in this offseason, really. Kind of like not like us, because we usually sign somebody.
Money.
But say what?
You got no food. You can't make nothing splash.
We ain't got no bread. You're right. We ain't got no bread right now. So we really didn't make any big moves. I think this Flacco and Harris is the biggest moves we made.
So go ahead, Cheese.
They about to ruin Darius Slay, bro.
Honestly,
he about to sit there for 4 more years and just rot.
Dandy Asqua.
Honestly, Big Slay did his thing. Prior to the year before he were there, our secondary was like, very trash, had a lot of holes in it. But you can't lie, Slay did claw those holes up. Our secondary wasn't as poor as it been in the past.
That's exactly why he about to rot. He giving you y'all about to trash.
This season right here, I can't even front. It might be a developing season. So don't. But once we get some dogs, man, we come on now. You know how the Eagles do. Come on, man.
So real quick before we move on to Cheese, I like what the Giants have done this offseason. Washington has made some moves. Who am I thinking of? Cowboys signed Dak. Their offense is crazy. So right now, on paper, how would you rank that division from first to worst?
Right now, if I had to rank it, it's a tough one for the first spot. But I want to say, honestly, it might be Cowboys or Washington for the first spot. And for the second spot, it could be like
the other one.
G-Man. Yeah, the other. I'm going to say G-Man third. And honestly, look on paper, it's looking like we are fourth right now. I can't lie. We don't have no identity. We don't have a sure QB. We're still saying Hurst is not the clear cut number one. We're still looking for more depth, and we might draft one in a draft as well. So we don't have any identity right now at the moment.
So, Cheese, moving on to you. You was talking a lot about your secondary and how poor it was last year. A lot of changes in that secondary starting this off. What are your thoughts on your moves overall, in particular the secondary?
They had to go, man. Dory was hurt for 13 games. Malcolm Butler cap hit was $14 million. Kenny Vaccaro backup led the team in interceptions. Everybody but Kevin Byard had to go. That is what it is. I don't care.
Oh, God.
I personally don't care, but yeah, they had to go. I mean, we went and tried to fix the pass rush. We're gonna see what happens. Janoris Jenkins, my young boy, about to come through. And in the April, my young boy from South Carolina about to come through. So we'll see how that go. Definitely see how that go. But yeah, we made a couple moves. Bud Dupree, Josh Reynolds, Janoris Jenkins. We got Jayon Brown back, a middle linebacker. That's really it. I mean, we'll see what happens. See what happens during the draft. That's where we'll finish up everything. But I like the move that we did.
So y'all lost your boy Janu. He went to the Pats and got the bag.
Got the bag.
How do you expect him to do in New England?
I think they're gonna be straight. I mean, it all falls on Cam in my opinion. But I mean, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, you know, run the ball. We're gonna see what Bill got in store, but I think he should be he'll be productive. There's a lot of things he could do, but I don't know. But so much you could do in the passing game with Cam. So and they really still don't got receivers. I mean, they went and got some weapons, but they ain't Nelson Aguilar and they ain't nothing. But we gotta see how the offense goes. We'll see how they put the offense together. But
they made a lot of pickups. Who they pick up? They pick up Jonnu,
Hunter Henry,
and who up the tight end?
Hunter Henry,
Nelson
Aguilar.
They got James. Yeah, Nelson Aguilar. They got James White back. Yeah, they picked up an offensive lineman.
Yeah,
arguably they had the best off-season signing.
Please,
they went the hardest. They were the most busy.
No, they just spent the most money. I don't think they had the best.
They were busy.
Bro, Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith are injury prone. Nelson Aguilar got overpaid. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me that the Patriots did the best. They was just the busiest.
Yeah.
I've been saying arguably, and someone
they went and
might say
they got Cam. If they went and got Matthew Stafford, then we talking. They re-signed Cam.
Yeah, we'll get to who had the best and worst up to this point. Going back to Wentz, now that he's in your division, how do you think the Colts are looking with Wentz at the helm now?
I think they'll be straight. I think they'll still be second in the division. You feel me? But we'll see how it go. I mean, they ain't really make no moves because they said that they were going to pay their own players. So I mean, it ain't really. It's not. If they would have got if they would have got Matthew Stafford
the division last year,
huh?
That won the division last year.
Yeah, you know that. Stop playing with me.
Nashville was open for a week.
What'd you say?
Nashville was open for a week. That's about it.
Yeah, it was open for a week. You feel me? Week 18. That's how we get. But I think once it be straight, he got a better O-line. Weapons are all right in terms of NFL. I mean, they're all right. They're probably average at best. Michael Pittman got to step up. T.Y. Hilton is T.Y. Hilton. He ain't nothing special. I mean, they got running backs, Marlon Mack and Jonathan Taylor. What they got, Jack Doyle. They can still make some moves though. So I mean, it's not over. But I ain't really sweating him. Carson Wentz still got to prove that he's something. Besides that MVP year, where moves?
Definitely.
Besides that MVP,
he can go back to that year. You know what I'm saying?
besides
Honestly,
the MVP year, Carson Wentz.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't want y'all to think I'm all biased about wins. It's just that like I don't think one season defines him. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't. That one season that he almost got MVP.
You can say that about
That's a
What'd you say? Oh,
I was gonna say that's a two-way street because you can't
I was
say.
going to say that. I was going to say it until you interrupted me. I was going to say like you could say about the MVP year, and you could say about the year about last year.
exactly. So that's why I'm stuck in the middle. Like he ain't gonna.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna see this year. He got no excuses now. He with a familiar coach. He got a good offensive line. He got a few decent weapons.
Mhm.
You know, so we'll see this year.
That ain't the recipe.
Huh?
That ain't the recipe, in my opinion. But like you said, we're gonna see. I ain't really.
So what you think? What's his problem? Is it what do you think? What do you think?
I think he mentally fucked. As to simply put it, I think he mentally fucked. We gonna see with the coach. He back with Frank, so we gonna see. But
that was good. That was a good way to say it because like think about it. It's really hard to play in Philadelphia, and a lot of people were saying that he couldn't handle the fans. He couldn't handle the media because I can't lie. The Philly it's rough being a Philly player because their fans is dogs.
if he to me, he already proved that he can't face adversity. He's going to Indianapolis after Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, who got booed because he retired. He's still going to have to answer all those questions. He's still got to answer everything that he had to answer in Philly the last 2 years. He still has to answer them in Indy.
Yeah, he does. He does,
And
but
he has to mentally prove that he's an elite quarterback. He hasn't done that since he got hurt. So
yeah,
we really don't know what we're gonna see out of him.
we don't know.
Without having he doesn't have a real number one. He doesn't have an elite tight end. His O-line is well above average. They got to replace right tackle. I think they tackle retired. They got to replace right tackle, but they just without that right tackle, they're still above average. They got a little run game, but besides that, it's like, who's their tight end? Is it Jack Doyle? That's it.
Is
it Trey Burton? Trey Burton there too, right?
Last year.
Trey Burton there too. Yeah, Mo Elliott, free agent. Yeah, I mean, they still got work to do, but they know how to draft. So it's definitely. I'm not gonna sit here and say like they're done. I mean, they went 11-5, 10-6 last year with Phillip Rivers. They both turn the ball over just as much each other. So it's really whatever. It doesn't really.
Come on, don't do that. Wentz had one bad turnover year. His don't throw the ball away that much. Don't do that.
Bro,
Yeah, bad year.
He played 12 games and had the most turnovers in the NFL. There's nothing you can say. You can't name it. You can't blame that on the weapons. You can't blame that on the coach. That's Wentz.
It is.
That's
he had one
his
bad
mental or his ability.
He had one bad year, bro.
And besides the great year that he had, it was average. So he had one great year, one bad year, and all average years besides that. Winston showed you what he is. It's just which one you going like. Is he gonna trend towards that MVP, or is he gonna be shit? He could be a Phillip Rivers all over again. What Phillip Rivers are we gonna talk about? The one that can't win in the playoffs, or the one that just turns the ball over and can't get the game done? That's honestly Winston's talent for quarterbacks. He's in that tier. He's not an elite quarterback, but he has the potential to be well above average.
You got potential to be elite as well.
All right, so we could go on about Wentz all day. That's one of the biggest topics we talk about all the time. But for the sake of time, let's get on Jag. The Falcons been relatively quiet in this period. What do you think about the few moves that y'all made up to this point?
That moves. We had to be quiet. We had to get under the cap. We was like at least 20 or over the cap. So we restructured a few guys. That's the move itself. We got back under the cap. We signed some depth guys. We got Mike Davis at running back, who I like. physical runner, and Arthur Smith style. I think he'll fit in. We get Brandon Copeland, we get a DB, and Fabian Moreau. So we get Markevius Mingo too. So like we got guys in spots where we needed help at. So I think that's kind of paying easy for us to draft now. Like,
Is Gurley still under contract or no?
Gurley's a free agent, so Gurley's not coming back. He's done, honestly. So I think we'll draft our back in the draft, but just getting under the cap was the hardest part for us. So I think once we did that, now I think we can restructure like Grady Jarrett or Deion Jones. I think that could free up like another $20 million for us too early after we restructure Matt Ryan's contract. So yeah, the moves had to be made. I like them. Like they're not the flashy ones, but as far as you need depth for guys who are going to be there, especially when in the rookie class. You got a safety too from the Raiders, Eric Harris, who I like too. So solid guy. He's no big names, but you always win the free agent with big names either. So I'm cool with it. Like new regime. I'm just looking forward to see what they do in the draft.
So you said you're gonna get a running back in the draft. Are you talking early rounds, like starter? Or are you talking about somebody to back up Davis? What are they doing running back wise? You think?
I think with Mike Davis there, like it's not really a pressing need to go chase one, like a second round pick. I think we could go a lot of different places with the second round pick. Honestly, we could probably get it back in the third round, and the rumors are right about trading back. I mean, we'll have picks too, so I mean, if we wanted to, we could use one of those to get it back. So I'm not necessarily pressed on getting a running back like with the second round pick. I'd rather get a safety with our second round pick, but Mike Davis is a serviceable back to get it done. So you could bring in another veteran back or whatever out there. They could run a committee, which is the NFL way now. It's not really that, not too many workhorses left in the NFL. So I think that'd be the best way to go.
Yeah, I know it's really early and you really can't tell much until after the draft. But as far as the division goes, I'm assuming you feel like it's still the Bucks to lose. They pretty much re-upped.
Back. Yeah, they signed everybody back. Like I know we're waiting for that segment, but that's the team who I'm going with as far as the best free agency. Like they literally brought everyone back, besides Fournette right now, who possibly could go back. But yeah, they signed all these big dogs. They got Godwin back, Devontae David, Sue. So I like they're the cream of the crop right now. Like everyone's chasing them. The division is changing. Us rebuilding, Saints losing Drew Brees, Panthers probably looking for their franchise quarterback. So yeah, we're playing catch up right now. But I mean, it's a year-to-year league. I'm not saying the Bucks can have the same success, so never know what can happen. But right now,
I think them Bucks gonna struggle next year.
They could, but
I don't think they're gonna be how everyone thinks they're gonna be. Like this cakewalk to the playoffs. I feel like
I don't think it would be a cakewalk, but they are like that defense is legit. I mean,
it is.
Everyone. They literally just brought back everyone. They probably got one of the best young linebackers in the league, and Devin White. Like he's gonna be around with Devontae David, and then that pass rush is still there. They're only gonna get better. Like they had a rookie safety who just won a Super Bowl, obviously. So I don't think it'd be easy because it wasn't easy for them this year. Like they got into the playoffs as a wild card, and they just ran the table. So I mean, you just gotta get hot when you get hot, honestly. And they had a few lucky bounces for their way, and then they showed out in the Super Bowl. So it's anyone's year, but if you had to put a team at the top, I definitely have to put the Bucks just because of the retooling that they did and not lose. You like to keep the championship team together as much as you could, and they're not really having no turnover from the Super Bowl. So I think they'll be all right.
So you mentioned Brees a minute ago, and I've been hearing a bunch of different conversations about where people think he falls all time, what his legacy would be when it's all said and done. So quickly, like where do y'all, now that he's done his career, you can look back at it and see everything he's done, where do you rank Brees among the all-time greats? I'll start with you, Jack.
Brees, I'd say just the longevity, like battling injuries, and then got one Super Bowl. It's funny he only been there one time though. Like that one, that's still crazy to me. But just the yardage itself, like just the records he broke, like just doing it for at a high level for so long. I mean, not too many guys can say they've done that and then still want a Super Bowl ring. and MVP. So I'll definitely give him at least like top 10, but like towards the bottom of the 10. But I'll give him top 10.
So some people would say that that's like a slight to him because he got a number of records. He's been doing it all that time, got the ring. So people were saying he should be at least top 5. But then there's the other side that says, well, he doesn't really even compare to those guys that are in the top 5. So it's kind of weird to rank him.
Yeah, Breeze definitely has that like that where just like you just don't know how to really grade him because it's like like he was in a era where like they just threw it all the time. Like they had running games, but Breeze was also throwing it like 50 times a game too. So he chased a lot of records too. But I mean, you can't beat. I mean, records are records. Like you broke them, you got to give him the respect for it because we'll do the same thing for any other guy that broke it. So I mean, at least you got to give him that notch. Give him that notch. So yeah, you have to put him top 10. Like you can't have that many yards and still not be top 10 and like just be atop of your game for that long, for that many years. Even though they didn't win it, Saints are always right in the mix of things. Like you fear the Saints when you play them. Like Drew Brees coming in, you're gonna get at least 300 TDs. We did it with different guys each year, from like Marcus Colston and Devery Henderson, and then like you transition to Mike Thomas, and you got Ted Ginn, and then like you had all types of guys there. See what he did with a couple running backs, a couple tight ends, make Jimmy Graham look like he was the best tight end. He's gonna go down the best tight end ever. So yeah, I mean, I definitely gotta give him what you expect as much as I hate him in the division, but definitely a top 10 quarterback in my eyes.
So, Cheese, let me ask you this: one, is Breeze top 5?
I think like not putting him in the top.
Right ahead,
Oh, thanks. Yes, great. Oh, we appreciate you.
Nah, go ahead, Boots.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut. I go anyway. He need to take a break anyway. But listen, I don't think top 5, but I don't think there's disrespect to him if he's not in the top 5 because it's so many dogs in that area. He was in, like J.A. said, in the past era. So it's hard to throw him in the top 5. And even if he's not in the top 5, I don't think it's disrespect. But to Breeze's credit, I think he's a dog, man. He's undersized. That's for the first overall. And he's breaking records. He's always been a great passer. He's been consistent. His numbers always been good. He didn't really have no like horrible years. Every team he went to, he produced. I just feel like he does deserve his respect, and I still feel like just because you don't say he's top 5, it's not disrespect to him because you got off the top of the head, I'm just thinking you got like Brady, Marino, Montana,
Peyton.
Peyton.
Favre.
Favre you could throw in there. Some people might say who else? Young.
A-Rod. A-Rod, word.
A-Rod, you know what I mean? Elway, Aikman. It's a lot of name, but so if he's not in the 5, huh?
Yeah, cut it with that Aikman.
Yeah, just let him finish.
I'm just throwing names like if he's not in the 5, it's not disrespectful because it's so many names you could arguably say. That's what I'm saying.
Now that's very true. And that kind of goes to the question I was going to ask Cheese, which was 2 parts. 1, is he in your rankings? Is he top 5? And 2, was he ever the best quarterback in the league at any point in time?
No, he's not in the top 5. Like Jay said, he's in the top 10 though. I give him like that 7 to 10 range. Was he ever the best quarterback in the NFL?
Because he played with Peyton, he played with Tom, he played with A-Rod. Was he ever the best guy at any given year, really?
No. Because statistically, it might seem like it, but no, he wasn't. It's just Peyton and Tom is just too much. It's really, when you playing in the air with them two, you're automatically third. If Peyton was gone, then you're second. And then Mahomes came in. And we already know Mahomes' talent is top notch. But besides the point, no. It's just, he's a great quarterback. A lot of his teams sucked and he was playing catch up. So the stats really don't. I mean, he had great stats. What is he? Second in passing yards, second or third in touchdowns. I mean, his stats are ridiculous. But nah, when you playing against Tom and Peyton, there's really nothing you can do to be better than them. Those are just the standard, to be honest.
So, just a question, see what y'all think. If, let's say, A-Rod goes one more year, has another high-level season, and retires after next year, who ranks higher on the list after that?
Does he get a ring?
No, he doesn't get a ring, but they both still just have one.
Well, A-Rod.
Talent-wise, I go A-Rod. I think A-Rod is probably the most
Efficient as hell.
underappreciated great quarterback. Out of all the great quarterbacks, A-Rod is probably the most underappreciated. Like, he doesn't have – there's just that crazy stat that he doesn't have a first-round wide receiver in his entire career. Not even that he's drafted to Green Bay, a free agent. Like, he's only – it was, a tight end? Who was it? Was it Mercedes Lewis?
Lewis.
That's his only first-round weapon. Like, and he's
Crazy.
one of the most accurate. He's one of the smartest. He's A-Rod. It's A-Rod. It's really not even. I would say it's no debate. But if you're gonna add on another MVP season that he had last year, that's A-Rod for sure. I think it's him without it, but I think it's him for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't saying necessarily MVP. I'm just saying another good season under the belt.
Yeah.
All right, so we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but which teams do y'all think had the best off seasons? I know we mentioned the Bucks already. They pretty much just brought everybody back. Who else is off seasons you guys like? Anybody that sticks out?
Bengals, low key.
You said Bengals?
Yeah, I like their off season.
I haven't really followed them. What did they pick up?
Trey Hendrickson and who else?
They re-signed. They just signed the safety too. My man's. They re-signed him. They locked up an edge too.
Yeah.
I had the name. Now they surprised me. Like, they definitely was going after guys who I didn't think would be on their radar, and they was filling them. They actually didn't they take corner from the Steelers? Didn't he go there?
Nah, which one from the Steelers? Bud came to us.
No, the corner.
Oh, the corner.
I think Nelson went there. I believe so.
He could have. I think they did make a couple moves.
So the Hendrickson move was. I like that. Like, that's.
They got a second one. I know what you're talking. They got a second edge. I don't know who it is.
Like that thing. But I definitely like the couple moves that they made. I lost the name of it, but just staying like busy in a division where I didn't really see the Browns had a great free agency period too.
Mm-hmm.
They went and got some dogs.
I think they got out of everybody in free agency. I think they got the I would say the contract of the free agency with that John Johnson.
Bro, got for cheap too. Like,
yeah, he took less money to be with a winner. I think my two favorites are the Giants and the Cardinals. Though Giants went and they really I like that they went and addressed the wide receiver need with Galladay. I think he got overpaid, but in terms of addressing your needs and trying to win while your quarterback's on a rookie contract and actually trying to be aggressive and do things, I like what the Giants did. You got a Dory at corner.
Yeah.
He got a little overpaid, but it is what it is. Galladay, you got Saquon coming back. You still got Evan Ingram, Sterling Shepard. I mean, it's all on Daniel Jones. I think one of the linemen took a pay cut so they could get all that stuff done. And I think they got one more defensive player, and they still got what pick they got in the draft? 11.
Yeah, it's gotta be relatively high.
It's a lot of talent that's going to fall to 11. I mean, it's going to be crazy talent there regardless. But if Micah Parsons go there, you don't know a linebacker. Oh, they re-signed Leonard Williams. If Micah Parsons goes back there, goes to the middle of that defense, who knows? And then the Cardinals, I like what the Cardinals did. J.J. Watt was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
They went and got Malcolm Butler. I like that because I think they're not going to draft a corner first round, and I need a corner to drop to 22.
You and me both.
Oh yeah, didn't y'all resign Kevin King? Oh,
I don't want to talk about it.
Moves. So you like?
I mean, a few teams did things like you guys named a few, like obviously the Bucks did great. I hate to say it, but like the G-men did do good. They addressed a lot of different holes. And I honestly want to say the Patriots as well. You guys don't think so because it's just flashy, but they're real busy and they seem like they want to come back this year.
Low-key, yo, the Jets, they signed a player at every position besides quarterback. It's kind of crazy.
Wow.
So the thing about the Jets is, I think they might want to keep Darnold because Corey Davis went over there, and you know, when receivers usually go over there, they ask like who's going to be the QB, and he was talking spicy about Sam Darnold and on Twitter. So they might keep him, and they might trade back. It might be a crazy ass trade for Russell Wilson at number 2.
Listen, you give me that bag, I'll say whatever y'all want me to say. Yes, I'll do it. Whatever. Yes. I came here to play with him. Yes. I don't care if it's Zach. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it. Bro, I'm getting 47 mil, bro. Throw it up. I don't care who the quarterback.
All right, so on the topic of guys that are still free agents, just see what y'all think about a few guys where they might end up. There's a couple big names still out there. One in particular, we still got Richard Sherman. I think hasn't signed yet. Where do y'all think he ends up?
I didn't really think about where Sherman could go, but I mean, Raiders sound like a good one. I think the Chargers need a corner, a vet at some. I mean, Chris Harris is gone. They kind of need something. It would be cheap.
What's his name too? Who else? What was the other corner the Chargers had? Hayward, Casey Hayward.
Yeah, Casey Hayward. That's not what I said. What I said? Oh, I said Chris Harris. Yeah. Casey Hayward going too.
Do you think he's no longer like a productive corner? I know he's not a top guy anymore, but
no, he's productive. It's just Richard Sherman. He's productive. He's
plus 30. That's all it is. Like
he's just like we're not gonna see the top tier Richard Sherman anymore. So he's gonna be.
I'm cooking Sherman, man.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm cooking Sherman.
He's just in the back end of his career. It's time to finish up his Hall of Fame, you know what I mean, career, and just, you know what I mean, get this. He got his championship. He got his stats. Now it's time to pad him, and you know, Jay watching the Heat lose. It's okay.
Bum Sixers.
We up next. Relax.
So we saw Clowney was meeting with the
No, not Clowney, bro. He's
Browns. Where do you think he ends up this year?
Clowney don't want to play football, bro.
He want too much money.
No, he stole that bread from
He know he ain't getting no bread. He might as well run it back 1 year, $2.5 million. Come, let's go. We need a depth.
Took that 15 million ran.
Yeah, he got us. Like Andrew Bynum got Philly. It's cool. It happens.
Yeah, bro. We all said, we ain't talking about Clown.
What about a guy like Ingram?
I think he'll go to a contender. I don't know if he'll stay in the conference. I mean, in the division and go to like the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think he'll go. I think he'll go to a contender. I could see Baltimore, Kansas City. I mean, that's really it.
All right, so last but not least, we got plenty of time to talk about more draft stuff before it comes up, so we don't need to get into too many draft topics. But just if you had to say right now what your team's biggest draft need is, what would you say? Moose, we'll start with you.
You about to rant, bro.
I'm thinking draft need definitely going to be a rant. Cause we got too many holes to fill, honestly.
Biggest one. Don't.
But if I had to say the biggest, I'll say wide receiver. Wide receiver.
Eagles stink. You gotta think about it.
If I was judging the Eagles, I probably would say wide receiver. Same.
Yeah, wide receiver.
I agree. Yeah. What about your Cheese?
Ours is receiver too. Receiver or corner, whichever one falls. Best player available out of those two, whichever falls.
Jay?
Safety. We bleeding for another. We got no safety. We got like one safety on the roster right now. We let both walk, and I think Neil and Kazee, I think they both just signed in Dallas. So yeah, we definitely gotta. I mean, we signed.
Okay, Z went to Dallas.
Yeah, I think he just signed today with Dan Quinn there. So yeah, we'll definitely. I think edge would be probably number one, and then safety. Give me Richie Grant though. I need that boy. He a dog.
Florida, Central Florida.
Yeah, I need him.
Moose, why it look like you got a filter on your crib? Like you in a soap opera. Anywho,
I'm about to press the wrong button or something here.
Yo, I hate this guy. Yo, I swear I hate this guy. Yo, he always fuck up. He just smile like that's just.
He mine.
Nah, what I was gonna say, I'm in the same boat. We need a corner. I just hope them signing Kevin King this year doesn't make them think that they don't need to go and get a corner because we absolutely need a corner. And we need wide receivers too.
You never have too many. Like you need it. Get DBs, bro.
If y'all get corners like y'all got guards last year, y'all be straight. Somebody gonna hit.
And they better not take a bunch of linemen either. We took mad linemen last year. So.
Yeah, what was that pick they got back-to-back guards? Jay was dying.
I was watching the draft just to see if Green Bay was going to pick a guard, bro.
Yo, they had picks back-to-back. They took 2 guards, brother.
Bro, they came out in the game set. 8 guards, 3 tight ends. Like,
oh, man.
Hey, it worked, though.
No, it's crazy. I won the AFC. Yeah, I won that was the top seed.
What y'all, 14-2, 13-3?
I don't even remember. It was one of the two. I know it was 13-3 last year. So I don't remember what it was this year.
Hey, y'all be winning. I don't be even seeing it. Like y'all just it don't like you blink and like, yo, yeah, Green Bay the number 1 seed. Like how, bro? Like, there's one receiver over there, bro. They 13-3.
Y'all from Offseasons just
like they barely do it. I don't know what it is about them. Like every year, like
here we go.
Like I don't get it.
No, we didn't barely do it this year. Last year we barely did it. This year we
like y'all do it, but I can't explain. Y'all do it, but I don't get it. Like
a receiver away from being dominant, like a legit number 2 away from being OD.
That's all we really need. Yeah, I mean,
I just like being where y'all at. I guess I don't know. That crazy.
I don't know. And I don't even know if any of those linemen that we drafted last year could play center because we only really need a center because we lost Lindsey, who was all pro. So hopefully one of them that they drafted can play center because if not, we're gonna be hit. But yeah, we can. We'll get to some more draft topics next episode. I think we covered a good amount here. Anything else y'all wanted to discuss before we get out of here?
Y'all out there, man. Oh, we gotta get you out there, man. Bit chat back.
Y'all be going y'all go Sunday mornings. Sunday at
11, man. Pull up.
Wow, what you do on Sundays, oh?
Sunday I'd be doing church on Sunday. So if it's later in the day, I could probably come.
Push it back 1 week for you, man. Get you out of there. After. Come in your church socks, man. Hey.
Yo.
I'll be masked up with Moose there though.
Yeah.
Jay, what Jarvis lady say?
Huh?
What Jarvis lady say?
Who?
Jarvis Landry.
Juice?
I don't know. What do you think?
Something about you ain't gotta be.
Oh, no, Ocho. You don't gotta be a Sunday to get blessed out there, man. Ocho said that. Yeah.
Oh, that was Ocho?
Yeah.
He's tired.
Moose. Control your crowd. Don't worry about Cheese over here. Cheese good. Nah, I'm tired of shit. It's right.
That's the show for this week. We got any shout outs? I know it's been a long time. Nobody probably prepared any.
Oh, Gabe, man. Them Girl Scout cookies, boy.
That's what I was going to shout out. So,
Please, not them thin
Yo,
mints. Nobody care about no
stop
damn
eating
thin
no
mints.
thin mints because they the weakest ones, man.
Bro, I went through a box and a half in like 2 days.
That is ridiculous.
No
Yo,
thin mints is trash.
your fresh ass breath. Fuck you eat a box and a half of thin mints for.
Hey, AJ.
He dropped it off to you?
Huh?
Gabe dropped it off to you?
No, I went to his crib and picked it up.
He had a mask on?
You know we safe?
He had a mask on?
Masked up. You already know.
No, bro, he came from the parking lot in the mask.
So he came out of his house with the mask on with me. He wasn't playing no game with me.
Ain't nobody messing with you, Moose. You be everywhere. We don't trust you.
That's a move at all.
Yeah, shout out to Gabe. Cookies and cream, thanks.
Shout out to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for them stimmies. I got mine. We here. We here. I got my stimmy.
Pandemic, why? Hey.
Yo, y'all meet me at the next R&B Wednesday. Drinks on me.
Overcooked next week, man. Turn me up.
All right, so
All right, man.
episode 41. Hopefully we'll be back sooner than that 2-3 month hiatus we just took. Hopefully we'll be more consistent. But yeah, that's that. League with No Name. We'll catch 2 weeks, 3 weeks, somewhere around there.
It's up to Moose. It's up to Moose when he want to come back from vacation.